During the season, it's about our team. You saw it in this year's team. They were about each other. It's about how we play together, how we share. When the season is over, it's about moments like this. It's about these young people getting with their families, getting information, and making decisions about their future. We try to teach servant leadership here to every player. This was introduced to me as an idea from this team. They came to me and said, we want to do this together. And I was surprised. I didn't even know they wanted to do it together. We tell them all the time, be the teammate you want to play with. This team has done that by showing what they're doing today. They taught us a lot. They understand why they're in school. They're here to get an education. They're all here doing well. Last year we had a 3.0 grade point average. This team is doing very well academically, and these guys are all going to finish the term, right? All right? Okay. They'll all finish the term, and they know, like Wayne Turner, they have an opportunity to come back and finish their degrees. They're going to have that opportunity. Now, let me do this. I'm going to talk about each of these players briefly. And I don't want to get emotional. And anybody that tells you in 1 or 2 years you cannot create a relationship or you're not going to have a bond, they're crazy. These players are connected to our fans. Just like past players, they're connected to this university and they'll come back. So this young man that had no idea how good he was. We didn't either. We knew he had a chance, but we didn't realize, but neither did he. But you're talking about a young man that also would defer, was a great servant leader, was a young man that said, whatever I have to do to help the team win. Here's the player of the year that was our 5th most shots. He took the 5th most shots on our team. Block shots, rebound, do whatever we had to do to win. And always had a smile on his face. None of these guys got rattled at any point. And every team we played took runs at us. You have Doron Lamb, and I'll say it again, with his motor running, like you saw in the championship game, there is no better guard in the country. He can play both positions. Made a great choice to come back to school. He had an opportunity to leave last year. Decided to come back. Worked on his game, got stronger, got more confident, and I'll say it again, defending better, doing all the things he's got to do to help himself at that next level. Terrence Jones, again, made a good decision to come back, but it was his decision, just like Doron's. Had an opportunity to leave, decided to come back. Has taken his game to another level. You're talking about a 6'9" athlete who can play and guard 3 positions and put his head on the rim. I think he is, the things that he's done this year to take his game to another level, phenomenal. But I'll say about both of these young men, how about they were fined and respected and deferred at times to these young players and had no problem with them. I can't say enough about that and how they work. You have Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to my left. 4th leading shot taker on our team. The 4th leading shot taker. Defends, high motor, played multiple positions, could guard all 5 positions. The things that he does as a teammate the same way, dragged practices, even in games, would take over games with an emotion of how we play. Skill level has absolutely improved from the beginning to the end. And I think all these guys would say the staff that we have here, from Kenny to Orlando to John Robick, those guys worked with these guys and did a great job with them. And then the last guy, Marquis Teague, early in the year was shaky. By the end of the year, and I've never watched the last game of our season in all my 20 years of coaching. Until this year, I watched this one already. And let me tell you something, we won those last 2 games in a large part because how Marquis Teague played. Assist to turnover ratios, and let me tell you, in a pick and roll defense and offensively, the courage to make shots and not be afraid, the athleticism, the speed. I say he's got Tony Parker speed. So he also has improved from the beginning of the year to the end, and all these guys have.
I mean, what you think made this team different?
because you know what? There's something different about this group. This is not normal. And let me say this, you know, the thing that, well, they don't go to class, not true. That they can't win a championship. No, they won 2 league titles, 2 tournament titles, and now they won a national title, 2 Final Fours. So you can't say what you can say. You know, it's your story and you're sticking with it until you die. That's what you're going to say, but it's not true. And the same thing with these kids. Look, they want to be here to be educated, but like Steve Jobs, like Bill Gates, they have an opportunity to chase a dream, and they're going to chase it.
Did you foresee last November that